Hey, what's up guys? It's Brian for the Unbound Series channel, and today guys, I'm going to be talking about Hasbro buying Power Rangers. Now, if you guys aren't familiar, this is the crazy news coming from Nerdist News, is Hasbro, the company that owns Transformers, bought Power Rangers. Now, in the article, they mentioned that they also own G.I. Joes, Hasbro, and they also mentioned that the guy who is in charge of Hasbro's movies, like the G.I. Joe and Transformers franchises, wants to either continue with or remake the Power Rangers movie again. And here's the cool thing about that, because this is the thing that's way different than anything that's come before it. He wants to start an MCU style Hasbro universe. You see how crazy that is? We're talking, you could see a movie in the future with the Green Ranger, Optimus Prime, and Duke of the, G.I. Joes, pending if they decide to bring him back or not, in all of the same movie. Could you imagine? What villain could they possibly fight that would require all of that? Like, that's just crazy to me. Like, I'm just picturing a Ranger with with a Transformer with a corresponding color, like Yellow Ranger and Bumblebee, the Red Ranger and Optimus, or, you know what I mean? Just all sorts, you know what I mean? They could go all sorts of crazy, because I bet you there's a Transformer for all of them. Or heck, one of the, they could bring in one of the motorcycle Transformers and having, one of the Rangers riding it, or one of the G.I. Joes riding it, or wouldn't it? Okay. It's quick story time. Now, this might be a funny idea. Alright, when I was a kid, alright, I was 7 years old, and this is the weirdest thing I used to do. And I'm going to tell you guys because it's kind of funny. When I was 7, I used to have these little tiny Power Ranger figures that were about this tall, you know what I mean? And G.I. Joes obviously were about yay tall, so they were like that. But I always knew in some part of me that superheroes and government law enforcement just wouldn't mix at 7 years old. I don't know why I knew that, but some part of me always logically felt that if there was a group of teenage kids with these morphers that made them into superheroes, our government would either A, never allow them to use those morphers, or force them to work for them. Because, oh, you want to use your morpher? Well, you gotta work for us. And, and the thing about superheroes is they don't really like being told who's the bad guy. So when I was a kid, I would always have, my G.I. Joes fighting my Power Rangers. And, of course, I had tons of, toy robots. You guys have seen, I've had some of the Zords. And I would used to pretend like the robots that weren't Power Ranger related or didn't look enough like Power Ranger related stuff. But when I was a kid, I used to pretend like the G.I. Joes would pilot that or steal the Ranger Zords and they'd have to fight for the robot or whatever. It was, you get the idea. It was kid stuff. That's what I did as a child. So, my funny thought is, could I literally see a movie where we have, Power Rangers duking it out with the G.I. Joes? That would be crazy. Remember those power suits they wore in the first one? I know the G.I. Joe movie is not a great movie. I understand that. But remember they had that suit that allowed them to run really fast? Wouldn't it be cool to see a bunch of G.I. Joes wearing that, getting their butts kicked by the Power Rangers? And then, Optimus Prime being the one putting, a sword down in the middle, be like, enough! Ah! That would be just crazy. Anyway, it would be kind of funny for me personally, because as a child, I always viewed that superheroes and government and law enforcement of any kind of level, whether being a soldier or a cop, they just don't mix. You can't, you know what I mean? Because superheroes are kind of a contradiction to the law. So that is why, in my head, this is a really cool thing for me personally. Because if Hasbro does make their own MCU-style movies, I'm actually going to be able to see my dream, well, almost my dream, on the screen, because I was a little more violent upstairs with it than I imagine Hasbro would be. I'm sure Hasbro would have the Power Rangers do like their usual, you know, oh, hold back just enough to knock them out. But, you know, like in my dream as a kid, you know, like I had like the White Ranger taking Saba and like, you know, suck it, you know what I mean? And then, like, when I was a kid, you know, they would always fight at the command center. So, like, the G.I. Joes attack first, so the Rangers would, like, you know, kill the G.I. Joes. I was a bit of a demented child. But you get the idea. Like, that was one of the games I used to play in my head. You know, because, like I said, in the real world, let's face it, superheroes and, you know, government, you know, law enforcers don't, you know what I mean? They don't, and military, they don't mix. These two things would be like this. Especially because when you really think about it, like, what could even any military in our existing world do to stop, you know, Spider-Man or even the Power Rangers? You know what I mean? They got a fucking giant robot. What are you gonna do? Hit it with a nuke? They'd probably swat it into space and laugh at you. Like, we're gonna nuke the Megazord! Fire away, Mr. President! Alright, let's go ahead. We're gonna get me to push the button. Or whatever, however it works. You get the idea. He pushes the button, nuke fires off. Megazord goes, oh, that's cute. We're gonna play badminton. Hitting it with the sword or whatever, flies off into space. Or explodes in the air on the sword. And the Power Rangers will just be sitting there in their little Megazord in their suits and going, well, that was anticlimactic. Got anything else? Sorry, I don't. You get it's kind of ridiculous in my mind, but you have to bear with me here. But that's crazy to me. I could literally see a movie with like super soldiers, one of my favorite teams of superheroes, and you know, Transformers wasn't my favorite franchise, but I'll settle for it. My favorite was the Beast Wars. I'll admit it. Out of the Transformers-based characters, I like the Beast Wars. If it's not, you know, Optimus Primal and Cheetor and Rat Trap, it's meh. But you know, I'm getting the next best thing. I'm getting, you know, Optimus Prime, Bumblebee. You know, I don't know who's left. I kill all the others of my favorites. I kill Ironhide in the early Transformers movie. Spoiler alert: if you didn't catch that, well, you're on your own. Should have watched it by now. But that's just. I know my best friend was not really excited about it. He was just kind of like, I want to talk to him about it. He's like, no, it's stupid. We shouldn't do that. No, it's bloody brilliant. Has great potential for some really good storytelling. Why would we not do that? You know, like, hello, Optimus Prime fighting a Megazord? Hello! Like, that would be crazy. Or better yet, they could have like a battle they could have a scene where it's like, you know, Megatron and Optimus Prime duking it out in the city. You know what I mean? And then like the Power Rangers, like the T-Rex Zord comes out of nowhere and like Optimus goes, thanks Grim. Wait, you're not Grimlock! Or however, you know, you're not Grimlock, or however it is he talks. But you get the idea. Anyway, in short guys, I'm uber excited. I wanna know what you guys think about a Hasbro MCU style universe with these characters. Heck, I don't even know what all Hasbro owns, so they could own several other really cool franchises. I mean, I don't even know, and I'm kind of excited to go find out. Because what else could they add to this crazy universe? You know, if they decide to go forward with that idea, which I'm all like, let's do this. More MCU style stuff, more superheroes, geek movies, hell yeah. Frickin', I'll work at McDonald's and take all my money. All of it. I don't need to eat. Fuck that. Just give me that movie. It's a horrible joke. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, this little speculation video. If you do, make sure you give it a like, because likes make me feel good. Oh, real quick, before we get out of here, in case you're wondering why I have a towel, I just went for a run, and my AC unit is not currently in working order, so this has helped keeping me cool, and this is a mic, so you can hear me better. Any short, back to what I was saying, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I need more subscribers, and share with your friends, and speculate in the comments below. I'm Brian for the Unbound Series channel, and I will see you guys next week. Peace, guys.